You're being manipulated right now and you probably don't even realize it. It doesn't look obvious. And it feels completely normal. That's exactly why it works. And maybe after this video you'll start noticing things that used to feel normal. Imagine this. This Friday evening. A friend texts you, "Hey, let's go to a pub, have a couple of drinks, just talk." But you're not in the mood to go anywhere. You have plans for tomorrow. So you reply, I probably won't go today. I'm tired. And I've got a lot to do tomorrow. And they respond, "Yeah, of course you're always busy." And technically, they didn't accuse you of anything. But after that, you start feeling guilty. You begin to explain yourself. "Hey, come on, don't take it like that. I've got an event coming up, I need to prepare." And sometimes you even agree to things you didn't want to do in the first place. "All right, fine, but just for a couple of hours." And now you're already on your way to the pub. And the next morning, your plans are ruined. Over time, you notice that you keep doing what's convenient for them, not for you. And the strangest part, they never directly asked you for anything. But you still adjusted. If you haven't realized it yet, this person triggered guilt in you. And this is where it gets interesting. Why does this even work? Guilt is not a random emotion. It's a mechanism that forms in childhood. As we grow up, we're taught to be good, not to upset others, to meet expectations. And we get rewarded for that. But when we do something wrong, we face judgment from society or emotional distance from close people. And over time, we start linking our self-worth to how well we meet other people's expectations. In adult life, this turns into guilt. Even in situations where you're just protecting your boundaries. And that's exactly why guilt-based manipulation works so well. It doesn't target logic, it targets a deep, learned reaction. Now let's look at another situation. At work. "Hey, William, come here." "Yeah, boss? You did a great job this week. There's one more task. You'll need to work a bit over the weekend." "But boss, I just had a baby, my wife needs my help at home." You understand what's happening. You're being given a task that isn't even your responsibility. You even think about saying no. But then he says, "I'm giving this to you because you're the most reliable person on the team." And it sounds like trust. But inside something shifts. Now, if you refuse, it feels like you're letting them down. Like you're not living up to that reliable image. So you agree. Not because you want to, but because a role was assigned to you, and it's hard to step out of it. This is a more subtle form of manipulation. There's no direct pressure. Instead, you're given a role. You're reliable. You're the best. You're the one people can count on. And at first, it sounds like a compliment. But in reality, it's manipulation. Because now, if you say no, you're no longer that reliable person. Your brain starts protecting that image. You want to live up to it. You want to keep that perception of yourself. And that's why you agree. Manipulation almost never looks the same. Can take many forms. Sometimes it's guilt, making you feel like you owe something. Sometimes it's gaslighting, making you doubt yourself. Sometimes it's emotional ups and downs, giving you attention, then taking it away. Or pressure through compliments, assigning you a role you feel forced to live up to. Sometimes it's silence, pushing you to make the first move. And the most dangerous part, all of this can look completely normal. So why do people manipulate? The reasons are almost always the same. Some people are afraid of losing control. Some are insecure. And some simply don't know how to communicate directly. And this leads to the main question: what can you actually do about it? First, you need to understand why it works. Manipulation bypasses logic. It creates a state: anxiety, uncertainty, guilt. And in that state, your brain tries to restore comfort. And the fastest way to do that is to adjust, to agree, to give in, to change your behavior. But the problem is, you think it's your decision. In reality, you're just reacting to an emotion that someone else created. And the stronger that emotion is, the less control you have. So if you want to stop falling into manipulation, start with yourself. Start with your reactions. First, notice your emotions. Manipulation almost always triggers the same feelings: guilt, anxiety, self-doubt. If you feel that, pause. Second, Stop adjusting automatically. Don't reply immediately. Don't agree right away. Give yourself time. Pause breaks manipulation. And third, stop trying to be convenient. Most manipulation only works because you're afraid of disappointing others. But the moment you allow yourself to say no and be okay with it, control comes back to you. Because manipulation only works when you're involved in it. And if you don't play, no one can control you. So what's the conclusion? Manipulation is not always obvious. It's not always pressure or control. Most of the time, it's subtle. Doubt, uncertainty, that feeling that you owe something. And the most dangerous part, it all looks normal. That's why you fall into it again and again. Not because you're weak, but because you don't see it. But the moment you start noticing it, everything changes. You stop adjusting automatically. You stop doubting yourself. And you start choosing how to respond. Because that's when control comes back to you. And that's when manipulation stops working.
And maybe after watching this video, you'll start noticing things you used to ignore.